Greetings, mortals. Allow your majesty, Dr. Doom, to grant you a bit of clarity regarding the chaos you call entertainment. It has come to my attention that the actor who plays Iron Man and the boy who dresses as a spider recorded a video. This has generated a buzz about the future of the Avengers, but the only question that matters is, how will the young arachnid deal with a monarch infinitely superior to Tony Stark? The answer, I assure you, involves a twist so obvious that it astounds me your simple minds haven't yet deciphered it. But do not fret, I am here to draw you a picture. Now, we arrive at that unpleasant part where I am forced to stoop to the level of a digital influencer and beg for validation. I detest it. However, my analysis of behavioral data indicates with 100% certainty that if I do not demand it, your lazy mind simply will not click. Therefore, this is an order. Leave your like and subscribe to this channel. For those who refuse, know that I have access to your browsing history and will not hesitate to project it onto the skies of your city. Do not test Doom's patience. You should remember that this tactic of using comedic promotional videos to hide the plot is not new. It was used in minor films such as Civil War and Infinity War, a rudimentary yet effective attempt to control the expectations of the masses. That is how the boy Holland gained the reputation for being unable to keep secrets, a slip-up that, if it occurred in Latveria, would be punished with the forced reading of all of Tony Stark's self-help works. A torture indeed. And why are they doing this? Money, of course. The actor Robert Downey Jr. has amassed a fortune that almost rivals a small percentage of Latveria's treasury. His contracts, totaling over $300 million, still guarantee him a percentage of the film's profits, something that the Hollywood studios, with their creative accounting, try to avoid paying. A practice so dishonest it almost inspires admiration. Almost. As for the boy Holland, he only truly started seeing the color of money in his most recent film. Now, he is also earning a considerable sum, though it is still a pittance compared to Downey's. And what do they do with this wealth? The same as anyone with an ounce of ambition. They open their own businesses. That is why they made this promotional video, to use the interest in a film that involves me to sell their products. It is ironic that they need my image to boost their sales. The great change, however, came when Marvel finally realized that the future depended on a real villain and not on a purple alien obsessed with gems. They brought the Russo brothers back and rewrote everything, focusing on my arrival. And yes, they confirmed that the man in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene was Robert Downey Jr., playing a version of me. A choice acceptable. After all, who better to play a billionaire genius than the actor who has already played one? Apparently, Disney believes the general public cannot appreciate the magnificence of my mask and needs to see a familiar face. Thus, in the script, young Franklin Richards will cure my facial scars. The result? I will have Tony Stark's face. And here is the genius part, a plan so wicked I could have created it myself. Spider-Man and the Avengers will see the face of their deceased friend and believe he has returned. The confusion and chaos will be delicious. Imagine the scene. Spider-Man, already at rock bottom, isolated, and living only to be a neighborhood hero. He has suppressed his personal life, has no friends, and is emotionally destroyed. He is in the perfect state of vulnerability, and it is in that moment that he will look at me and see the face of his mentor. How do you think he will react when the ghost of Tony Stark is the architect of his ruin? To worsen the boy's situation, they will introduce the Punisher into his storyline. A man who does not hesitate to eliminate his enemies. They do not want a dark Spider-Man, but the contrast between his methods and those of the boy who refuses to kill will inevitably push him into a moral dilemma. Add to this the influence of the symbiote, which feeds on negative emotions, and you have the perfect recipe for a broken hero. All of this will happen in his solo film, which will conveniently conclude just in time for my arrival in Avengers Doomsday. And what about the spell of that second-rate sorcerer, Doctor Strange? A crude solution. The Avengers remember fighting alongside Spider-Man, but have no idea that he is Peter Parker. The The only exception is the Hulk. The creature's primitive mind is immune to this type of mental trick, so the green monster knows exactly who is beneath that red mask. An interesting detail that will certainly be explored. During the events of Doomsday, the arachnid will join one of the Avengers teams, which will place him directly in my path. And then, the moment everyone is waiting for, he will tear off my mask and see Tony's face. But what happens next? The ending is obvious. Doom wins. The multiverse collapses, and from its ashes, I will create Battleworld, a new domain forged under my will. Many of your favorite heroes will not survive to see the new world, a necessary sacrifice. The other Spider-Men, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, do not expect to see them in Doomsday. They are the reserve pieces who will only be brought in for secret wars when desperation reaches its peak. It will be the great reunion they so desired, only for them to discover they are fighting an already lost battle against a power they cannot even comprehend. Today's lesson is concluded. You now understand a fraction of the great plan in motion. Leave your theories in the comments. Perhaps I will deign to read them if boredom consumes me. Press the like button as an oath of loyalty and subscribe, for Doom's wisdom is a privilege. If you disobey, I will personally invade every device you own and install a virus that plays Baby Shark on an eternal loop. Do not provoke me.